What is up, everybody? This is your host SuperSight, and welcome back to another video of Hayday. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how much does it cost to max out your barn and silo in Hayday, as well as what is the most efficient way to do it. Do you buy coins? Do you buy diamonds? Do you buy the deals? I'm going to go through that and show you the details. Okay, first of all, let's jump straight into it. So this here was the deal I was offered, I think just yesterday. Yeah, it was just yesterday. And anyway, as you can see, it's an instant barn upgrade, and this includes 47 bolts, 51 planks, 31 tape, and it's 49.99 New Zealand dollars. So that comes to 129 BEMs, right? So that's how much. So anyway, it prompted me to ask the question, and that was like, seeing this deal, it was like, that puts a value on my time. And I was curious to just how much, they think my time is worth, in terms of the fact that you can either go out and spend your time wheating and getting those materials, those BEMs, those barn expansion materials, that's what BEM stands for, those bolts and all that, to upgrade, or you can pay $50. So I was curious. It's like, well, they there's an option now to just pay your way and buy it. Well, there always kind of was through the diamonds, but I never thought of that until I saw this. So anyway, then I went and I did some calculations. Now, assuming that you can get 1 BEM per minute, which is like, and it's sort of like, as well as SEMs and as well as tools, assuming you're allowed to trade those tools. So assuming you can get 1 per minute, it would take 129 minutes to get that many BEMs. Now, this is assuming you're doing wheating and higher up, so you got plenty of fields, and so it would take 129 minutes because 1 minute per BEM. So that's how long it would take, 120. So about just over 2 hours to do it, right? Now, if we go another one, and that's by playing Hayday. Now, in New Zealand, the minimum wage is $16.50, and remember, that deal was in $49.99, so like $50. Now, so it's $50 divided by $16.50, the minimum wage, equals 182 minutes. Now, that means that you'd be better off playing Hayday to get it than by working a job as the minimum wage, $16.50, in order to pay for it. So I thought that was a bit of a strange thing, because unless you're getting like a real decent job in which you're getting a lot of money, you're better off just playing Hayday to get there and get those items, because even this, you'd have to work more hours just to buy a deal in Hayday, which you could have got from wheating. So I thought that was an interesting observation I have. So in this case, I would never buy the deal. I'd never buy the deal by working for the money to get that money to use to buy the deal. I would just straight out play Hayday instead of doing that, because that's a waste of money buying the deal when you can just play Hayday and you're getting a better rate. But again, like, that's because I haven't got a job that pays me heaps of money. But of course, some people would. But in general, yeah, it's much better to play Hayday. Okay, moving on to the next one. So this here is just some stuff. Now, first of all, the maximum barn space at the moment in silo space is 15,000. Now, when you get the barn, it has 50 space, and every upgrade up until level 1,000, until it has 1,000 space, you get an additional 25 space, and from 1,000 onwards to 15,000, you get 50 space per upgrade. So I thought I'd do that. Now, to upgrade the barn from, like level straight from the bottom to max, it is 318 upgrades. So as you can see, all of those, and you need that. So the first one, you need 1 bolt, and in the second upgrade, you need 2 bolts, then 3 bolts, then 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 318. Now, 318 upgrades in total. So you need 50,721 of every single BEM. So you need 1, and then plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, in order to get to completely max out. So 50,000 of each BEM. And then there's, anyway, moving on to the next one. So there you see, 50,000, 721 bolts and tape and planks, which comes to 152,000 BEMs to max out your barn. That is a lot of BEMs. 152,000 is a hang of a lot. So anyway, we go on, and so now in order to do the calculation, the amount of times you'd need to buy that deal, right? So the $50 deal, the $49.99 New Zealand dollars, is that many BEMs, the BEMs to upgrade the barn, which is 152,000, divided by the fact that it gave me 129, which gives me then 1,000. I'd need to buy that package 1,180 times. Or another way to calculate it is to say this one here, how much is each BEM worth? And that's $49.99 divided by 129, and they put the value of each BEM as of that deal. This whole calculation of maxing a barn is assumed that all the deals are like this one, and that they then value it at 39 cents per BEM, which it was 38 something. Anyway, then, so are you ready for the total? How much it costs to max out your barn? This is via buying those, those deals. Anyway, here it is. Boom! $58,966.11. Now, that's New Zealand dollars, but that's still a hang of a lot of money. I can't believe it was that much. I was shocked. I thought I got a digit wrong when I first calculated it. Anyway, there we go. So if we, in order to do that, the price amount total. So that as you can see how I've done it, it's then the $50 deal times the amount of times you would have need to get it, 1,180 equals 58,000, or the cost of each BEM, which is 39 cents, times, and that's rounded, times the amount of BEMs equals 58,000. So that's how I got it. But wait, there's more. Boom! This here is, again, just one barn, and then we have the silo to do. So we have to double that, which comes to 117,932 New Zealand dollars and 22 cents. There are over $100,000 to get it. It's just like, what? And so anyway, if we come here, here is that amount in US dollars, euro, and Japanese yen. So these are the approximate exchange rates as of the 5th of January 2019. It's about 80,000 US dollars, 70,000 euros, and 8.6 million Japanese yen in order to do that. So a hang of a lot of money. I couldn't believe that it was more than in Clash of Clans and all that. It was more. I was like, what? I thought it would be the cheapest to do, but no, it actually costs so much to get all those BEMs and SEMs. Okay, moving on. Boom. So the question is there a cheaper way? Now let's see. Yes, there is. So where was the deal way? Now we're going to look at other methods of getting there, other ways of maxing it out via paying and not paying. There we go. So if you buy diamonds, okay, so the prices there, these are in New Zealand dollars, $3.49, the $69.99, and $169.99, the maximum deal. So in general, a rule for freemium games is the bigger the buy, the more value you get. So it shows the amount of diamonds. So there's 50 diamonds in the first deal, 1,500 in the second, for that. Now you have all these deals in your currencies, which will be proportionately similar, just, you know, in your currencies. And anyway, then we have the BEMs, which is, so it's the amount, so it's divided by 8. So it's the amount divided by 8 because each BEM and SEM costs 8 diamonds. So it shows how many you get. So if you divide, you know, 4,000 of the, 4,000 diamonds, by 8, you get 500 BEMs, which then helps you calculate something else. Then we go to the next one, which is the purchase price. So we've got the prices again. Then we have the purchase. This is how many times you need to get it. So, right, for example, you have the 500 BEMs, and then in the next one you have 304 BEMs that you need to purchase. So you need to purchase that $169.99 deal 304 times to get the right amount of BEMs. So that's the, the 152,000 BEMs, and then, yeah, that's how much, because I think what I've done is I went 152,000 of the BEMs divided by 500 equals, you need to get that deal 304 times. So if we go to the price at the top, now this here is indeed, with the most inefficient way, the $3.49, it would then cost $84,968. This is just for a barn, and then as you can see, for the most efficient way of getting it with diamonds, it costs $51,732 as New Zealand dollars. So moving on, we go to here. Now this here is the total. So this here is with the diamonds, it costs for just getting the cheapest deal. Imagine you'd have to buy it thousands and thousands of times, but with a $3.50 deal, you'd get it. So with the total, that's then 170,000 New Zealand dollars, and then I've put the US dollars right next to it. And in the bottom one, which is the diamond deal, that there is 103,000. So there's $103,000 New Zealand dollars. So it is cheaper than the 117,000 from the deals. So, but it's still hang expensive, over $100,000 with the most efficient, the most effective diamond deal, which is still crazy. So it's still a lot of US dollars. So then the comparison is, if you buy diamonds, it's 103,000, and if it's barn or silo deals, it's 117,000. And also the amount of diamonds that would be via the buying diamonds, that would be buying yourself 2.4 million diamonds in order to do that. That's how much 100,000 will get you, and that's how much you'd need to buy all the BEMs and SEMs to upgrade. So then then this is why I think the deal is flawed, right? Because it's like that you're supposed to, when you get the barn and silo deal specifically for upgrading your barn, it's more dear than if you just bought the diamonds to upgrade the barn. So it's like, what? This is meant to be a deal. It's like, what is it? What is this? So anyway, and that's why I think it's flawed, because either it's incorrectly priced, because it's supposed to be specific and helping you get the barn upgrade, but it's like, well, if it's cheaper just to buy the diamonds, why are they giving me this deal? And so, or the other option is it's being intentionally priced that way in the hope that players wouldn't figure out that there's a cheaper just to directly buy the diamonds than, buy the supposedly cheap specific deal. And I didn't even realize this. I would have easily fallen for this. But now I'm like, wait a second. It's actually charging me more if I buy the deal. And so that's why it's actually, no, don't buy the deal. Get the diamonds, you know, but get them efficiently, not like the $3 pack. Get the higher up packs. Even the $69.99 deal is still more efficient than the like deal that they get. You know, the $69.99 diamond deal is better than the actual just the package that gives you the rest of the beams. So that's an interesting thing. That's why I think it's a flawed deal, because it's actually waste. But the thing is, most players wouldn't work that out, you know, and so then they just end up doing it. And it's not a direct comparison, because it's the $69.99 for the diamond deal, whereas it's only $49.99, so it's harder to compare. But yeah, it's still better with the diamonds, so go for the diamonds. Okay, next one. So to max the barn and silo just by wheating, and without spending any money you need. So this year, I'm still going to get to the third and cheapest way to upgrade it, but so max it. So currently we've got $100,000 and 117,000 New Zealand dollars are the two things. But this is by wheating. So the wheating is the other way to do it, because wheating gives you a lot of stuff really quickly. It's a great way to get BEMs, great way to get limbs, and so you can just full out, you know, wheat your way to it. You can do it for free. Isn't that an awesome way? And so you don't need to spend any money and you can do it. But what you do need is what the hang? Did I mess up that slide? Yeah, I did. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So if we go to the coins, right? Now the coins, there's at $50, right? And this is currently what it gets me. Now this year is it's very volatile in the terms of how many coins it gets, because if you level up, it gives you a heap more, you know, like better value, I think. But for me, I'm only level like 60 or 61, and it's still giving me an incredibly good deal, right? So $50, which is the same as the deal offered in terms of getting those extra BEMs. There we go. So you get 133,000 for that. And so basically what I've done with this is, so each BEM or limb, right, costs 270 coins. So down the bottom, as you can see, 270 coins times the amount of, you know, BEMs, you know, you need to upgrade it. So there we go. That's 152,000. You need 41 million coins. Now I know it's like, whoa, that sounds a lot. It's really not comparative to the other, you know, getting that amount of ridiculous amount of diamonds, like 2 million diamonds. It's like you're never going to get that many without paying money. Whereas you can get this many coins without paying money. You can actually make that many. Anyway, so that's the deals there. And so again, I've worked it out. So then I've divided the 41 million coins by the coin amount. So for example, 41 million divided by the 453,929 equals, you need to give that deal 90.5 times the $139. This is for coins. So then we move on, right? And so if you bought it, it is super duper cheap, right? So to max it out in New Zealand dollars with, you know, max out a barn, it's only 15,000 New Zealand dollars with the $50 deal. And with the good value deal, the 139 one, it's only 12,000 New Zealand dollars, which is crazy. And USW, it's like 5,600. So pretty good. Very, very good. The problem is, it's hard to find them. And I'll move on to that in a second. So there you go. Now this is upgrading the sun. So this is doubled. So this is for the barn and silo. It's a total of 30,000 New Zealand. Well, that's the inefficient way. The efficient way with buying the max coin deal is, there we go, that's 25,000 New Zealand dollars for the 82 million coins. But the problem is that making coins, how the game's currently framed, it's basically making heaps and heaps of coins, which should be, I think, an encouraged task. It's basically worthless, as there is a bottleneck on progress. If you spend hundreds of hours playing Hayday, making millions of coins, you are still not able to use those coins to progress, you know, through, you know, the stage of Hayday that takes the longest, upgrading the barn and silo. If you're a low-level player, you know, because there's plenty of low-level players out there, many of whom don't have many coins, a lot who are bankrupt, and so anyway, if they want to sell their planks, right, because, you know, it's like planks, they should be valuable, people really need them to upgrade it, and they're like, yeah, I'd love to sell it, but I'm not going to sell it for 270 coins, because it's a waste, it's not much coin, so, you know, it's unreasonable price to sell it at, because it's worth way more than 270 coins, so then they decide, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to keep it, I'm not going to sell it, but let's say I, with plenty of coins at the moment, was happy to pay 1,000 coins for the plank, because I have millions that are just sitting there, and, you know, that I've earned, and I want to use them to buy and progress, you know, and that'd be more than sell, you know, this low level player would be more than happy to sell it for 1,000 coins each, you know, our trade is effectively blocked by the current system. We're not allowed to trade, and thus that low-level player stays broke. They keep the planks that they don't really need at the moment, you know, as they don't have the freedom to choose what price to sell their planks. Meanwhile, I have millions of useless coins, as do many other players, that I've spent hours earning, and which I can't use to, you know, gain through the progress in Hayday anymore. And I think that's really annoying frustration I have, is the fact that, you know, all these players that are willing to sell their coins, you know, sell off these products, I'd be willing to pay lots more coins, 270, and then it would be a great way, because then we get to upgrade our barns, we get to use up our coins that we've earned, but currently there's not really an incentive to make coins as soon as you've unlocked all the machines, because you can't spend them, and then you just end up with heaps of idle ones. Anyway, moving on. So boom, there we go. So now, this here is the weeding one I was getting back to. So what would you need in order to just wheat it out, right? To do it for free. Right, so you need the 304,000 sems/bems, you know, 50% of each. Now, at the rate of 1 per minute, it would take over 5,000 hours of weeding to get it, you know, to max out, right? So 5,000 hours. And so that there would be 5,000 hours. It would take 13.59 years of wheating for 1 hour every day, 365 days a year to get the necessary beams and sems. And that, folks, is kind of the problem that is there. It's longer than the game has existed that it would actually take to get it. Now, if the coins were able to be used to purchase it, that would make it much better, because the coins are, in fact, the best way to do it. But 13 point, and you know, you could halve that time and say, well, you know, let's make it take only like 7 years. You know, it's like, okay, well, that means you have to spend 2 hours a day every day, 365 days. That's how ridiculously hard they are to get those beams and sems, and that is at a generous rate of 1 per minute. That is a very generous rate. It's hard to get it. Like, that's constantly weeding, constantly, you know, and then, yeah, very rarely find them in the daily dirt. Anyway, oh, right, there we go. We missed that one. There we go. Final comparison. So to do it the most efficient way with diamonds, this is in New Zealand dollars, is 103,000 diamonds. Dollars. That's a lot. It's a hang of a lot just to max the barn and silo. With those M deals, which are supposedly good, they're really not. That costs even more. That's $118,000 to max. With the coins, it's actually really efficient, $25,000. The problem is it's not really available, because you can never spend those coins to buy those items, because, you know, you can't, no one sells them at 270. Hence, if they lifted the price and people were allowed to sell them for like 1,000, then it would be more expensive, because they're worth more and people would sell them for more. But at least you could use all your idle coins to buy them, and then they'd be happily receiving those coins, because you could trade, you know, more freely. And then, of course, they're just plain, you just play Hayday and just wheat it out, you know, and do other stuff. Now, it's free to do that. It does take over 5,000 hours, though, to max out your barn and silos. So, again, it's an option, but it takes a hang of a long time to do. So, there are your options there. Not really appealing. Like, it's like, do I want to pay $103,000, or do I want to spend over 5,000 hours wheating it out? Not particularly great options there, but that's it, folks. That's how you can max out your barn and silo and how much it costs. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're new to my channel, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you again soon for some more Hayday videos. Let me know in the suggestions. Would you like me to calculate other stuff, and do you like this kind of video? Anyway, have an awesome day. This has been your host, SuperSight, and remember to make coins faster than honeybees make honey.